In this exercise, I'm going to give you some tips, tricks, and techniques that you can use in preparing fireworks files for Catalyst. And to get yourself started, I need you to open the middle8.png file in Fireworks. And when it opens, you'll see it's this little project we've been working on in the Illustrator and Photoshop exercises. Now, one of the great things about working with Fireworks is this little panel right here, Pages. This is probably the one thing that will really help you a lot when you're working with Catalyst because you can actually set up individual pages for your file, and then each of those pages will move into Catalyst intact. And again, make sure that the pages are named appropriately. Now, these are comparable to the artboards in Illustrator. So if you're kind of looking for something similar, that's what this would be. But the one thing I love about these pages is the fact that I can actually set a master page. So if I add a new page to this and make it the master page and put stuff on it, all that stuff will show up on all the pages. So I only ever have to use it once. The layers, as you can see, each page is there and each page has got its layers. And as I've been pointing out, all the layers have a name that makes sense. And also, I'm using folders to keep content together in one place. In Fireworks, you can also not only go to individual pages, but each page has its own layering order, so you can dig into that. Other things that I've done right here, I'm using a library item. It's a blue button right there, so I can put that into my Catalyst file and have it optimized and only ever have to use it really once. Other things that you want to be aware of, if I go back to the main page here. As I've been pointing out throughout this series of exercises, here we can put filters and effects and things like that on. Use them judiciously, be careful with them. If you can add it in Catalyst, do it in Catalyst, don't do it here. Now, how do we get the Fireworks file from Fireworks to Catalyst? Well, that's not that difficult. File, Export. And when you come to the export menu, you'll see a whole bunch of export options. And the one you're looking for is FXG and images. This is the format that Fireworks will output that Catalyst just adores. Now, here's where you're really going to get yourself caught if you're not paying attention. You get three choices for exporting an FXG document. All pages in the document. So here I've got 3 pages. So yeah, I'm going to include all pages. But you can also use the current page. So if you've got that selected, just the page that's visible. And if you've got objects selected on the page, you can actually just export those objects. So you got to be careful with what you're doing here. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Click export. Now that the file is exported, where does it go? Well, it actually goes into a folder right here. This is the FXG folder. This is the document, and you'll see that there's a folder for assets, and all of the images that are used in the document are basically, I call it, blown out of the document and put in a folder. Now, there's another app in the lineup that uses the FXG format, and I just want to briefly touch on it before we head back over to Catalyst, and that is Illustrator. So here's the Middle 8 Illustrator file, and if you want to actually create FXG from Illustrator, it's just File, Save As, right there. And it will do exactly the same thing that we did in Fireworks. I'm going to cancel that and quit Illustrator. Okay, let's get this file open in Catalyst. So I'm just going to open Catalyst. And when the file starts up, get the rune. Now we're going to head over to the welcome page. And right here is from FXG file. So we're going to click on that and we're going to navigate over to that FXG folder right there. And there's that FXG file we created from Fireworks. Click open. And it will analyze the FXG file. It will go through the layers. It will go through the images. It'll build the library. It'll do everything for you while it's working. And then boom, in it comes. And I'm just going to fit the artboard to the window so you can see it. There are the pages from our Fireworks document, each page. And each layer has its own layering order. And here's the best part. If I go to the project library and twirl it down, there's that blue button, and there are the graphics. And stuff you don't need, you can throw out, and stuff you do want to reuse, feel free. So there you go. There's how you use Fireworks and Catalyst together. I think it's a great combination. In the next exercise, we're simply going to open up a blank Catalyst document and start bringing content in.